I'm here popping glorious Slav squat next to ceiling fan I intend to install. Because here in New England, winter seems to go from September to May, so air conditioning doesn't really make any sense. Ceiling fan will do just fine. And I'm decked out in this suit here because we're gonna be attic goblins, and I don't want any fiberglass on my skin. Let's party. For tools and supplies, I've got all the usual suspects, and if it turns out to be more than this, then shit will have hit the fan. Staples, 12 gauge Romex because I'm too lazy to decide which gauge I want to use. We've got a fan support junction box fan, a multi-tool for cutting drywall, introducing fish tape because we'll be fishing some cables. Maybe this will make it easier. Wire cutters, wire strippers, assortment of screwdrivers, multimeter. Hopefully we'll need more than that. For location, roughly dead center in the living room, following the same line as this light, and using these outlets as the center line guide for the room. For wiring, we've got a unique situation. I want this switch to control the fan, but right now, this switch controls the outlet. So, there's going to be a bit of rewiring to do. First things first, we want to kill the power to this outlet. We're going to keep that light on and have a lovely assistant observe it while I'm in the basement looking for the breaker. We've got to confirm the power's out, so we test both outlets. Good. Got an interesting situation here where the neutral wires here are common using the outlet, and then this red wire is coming in from the switch, and then there's two black wires hooked up together, which I assume are powering the remainder of the outlets over there. So we have to rewire this. I'll start by taking everything off. The red wire is going to be unused because that's what the light switch controls, so I'm just going to clip it and cap it off. With the neutrals, I'm going to create what's called a pigtail. I'm going to join them together. I'm going to add the 6-inch wire. This way we'll be up to code, so that only one wire is going to this outlet here. I'm going to do the same here for this set of black wires. I'm going to create a pigtail. First, I need to make sure I'm not about to have a really bad time. All right, good. Right, now I'm going to make little loop-de-loops on the wires so I can attach it to the screws on the outlet. We're going to make sure that neutral goes to the silver wires, and that as we're twisting it, as we're twisting the screw, it doesn't unravel but actually tightens the wire. So bend it in a clockwise direction. Nice and tight. Wire, same deal, but gold-colored screws. As a while I'm at it sort of thing, I'm going to wrap this outlet in electrical tape because the box we're using here, the box that is being used here is metallic, and I don't want the screws to inadvertently touch the metal box and short it out. So I'm doing this in the interest of better safety. Perfect. It's all buttoned up, breaker's back on. Just gonna make sure that I have truly bypassed the switch. We're good. Now, breaker back off. Right, got this switch out. Time to do the same here. We're gonna remove and cap off the red wire. Now it gets a bit more interesting. The intent is to route the new wire, the new cabling, from here through the attic, along the ceiling, and into the middle of the room. Problem is, we're going to need to remove that knockout, fish the cable through, but we're also going to need to attach this, which the only way to attach this is from the top in. So a bit of drywall needs to be removed. In order not to botch this job, we need to cut drywall off over where there is a stud so we have something to attach it back to. So I'm going to shove the screwdriver in and confirm that the stud is in fact on the right-hand side of this junction box. Now we can cut. Yes. Good, Inspector. Do you have any idea how many times I fucked a job like this up before I learned how to do it the right way? Take advantage. I learned this for you. Oh yeah, there's that stud. Now we've got access, let's knock this out. Adding in this 3/8 inch clamp connector, that goes on the bottom. And hit it with the palm of your hand to tighten the nut. Before I proceed any further with that, I need to determine where this cable needs to go. So again, this light, I'm just gonna use this floor tile as reference. Right here, there's the outlet. So right above where I put this box of staples, a hole right here. I don't know what's exactly up there. Could be a stud, hopefully empty space. So I'm just gonna jam this screwdriver right in here, and I'm gonna go into the attic and see where it wound up. Looks like a stud is what's right here, just a little further up. Well, looks like the third time's a charm. So I'm gonna go up into the attic now and see where this is. Before I head up there, save myself an extra trip, I've got the fish tape, I've got the Bromex, I've got it fed through the clamp. Just gonna fish it up there. On second thought, nah, fishing is supposed to be top down. I'm just gonna YOLO it, cable on its own. Right, found the screwdriver. That's good because here I've got two perfectly suitable studs to secure that junction box to. The fiberglass peeled up. Now I see what the problem was. Okay, so it's either gonna have to be a bit to the left or a bit to the right. Hopefully not too noticeable. Roughly where I want it. Right, got it positioned. That's how it connects. It connects to the joists, I mean. And this 5/16 bit, much better than Phillips, drives it in. Not going anywhere. Next up, 5/8 wood boring bit. I'm fairly certain this is the stud above the wall where the switch is, so I'm gonna drill right down. Good luck, everyone. Okay, was actually here. Oops, whatever. Now we're gonna go fishing. Looks like I actually caught it, but I'm gonna need to pull down at the bottom because I can't pull it through. Whatever, man, just gonna do this instead. Just wound up doing it by hand. Looks like I still have much to learn before I learn how to use that thing. Code, we're gonna have to fill these holes with fire suppressant expanding cone. I'm gonna do that off camera because I don't have it on hand. Time to route the cable. I'm gonna route it where it needs to go, and I'm gonna staple it to the joist. The rule is staple within 12 inches of a junction box, and then at a maximum every 4.5 feet after, like so. And then some more along this joist, all the way over there. Again, 12-inch rule. Staple, junction box. They provided this cable clamp with the junction box. Just going to insert that. And feed the cable through that. Bada bing. Bada boom. Hey, you know, we're fishing spaghetti through the attic, just like Mama Luigi used to do. We're gonna tie the new ground wire together with the existing one, which grounds us to the supply. This is what I'll connect to the switch. It's neutral, we need to common with all those common wires back there. Remember, no wire shorter than 6 inches in a junction box. And finally, the supply wire for the fan. That's going to go to this top golden screw. Solid. Button this up. Mounting bracket for the fan. Right, wiring. We got blue and black going to black, white going to white, and green going to green. The blue and black, well, one goes to the light, one goes to the fan. Had I routed 3 conductor Romex and then wired it to 2 switches, I would be able to control the light and fan independently. But I did not decide to do that. Man, these are some wimpy ass wire nuts. Button this up. Practice a bit of art. Good enough. Ooh, touching them fan blades. I can feel it. We're getting there. Light housing. Blue to black and white to white. I know how to do this. I see. Relationship ended with 3 screws holding up glass bowl. It's now 2020. Now spring clips are my best friends. Yep. Oh, we're only doing 1 trip to the hardware store today? We're moving on up.
Yeah, boy. Get him. You gotta fill those holes, if you know what I'm saying.
Breaker back on. No explosions, that's good. Abracadabra, 5 hours later. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's how you install a ceiling fan. Thanks for watching.
If doing it in a sensitive area, why not tape a trash bag right over where you're cutting it out, and then cut it out from the top? One of the more troublesome aspects of this project is traversing this, you know? Went all the way from over there, the attic opening. You have to carefully walk and balance yourself on these 2x4s as you walk. Not to mention, oh, look at all that fiberglass. A mask is a must.
As you can see, it's a little unbalanced, and I think that's because I mounted the junction box a little crooked, but fear not, for I have developed a new maneuver after having done this again in the bedroom.
So what I did is I undid the screws holding it, undid the cleats holding it to the joists, and then I put these 1x6s or 1x5s underneath the flange, and I would put it underneath this flange as well, but you'd notice they actually have two pieces of drywall stacked here, so that makes leveling it kind of more difficult. But in ordinary circumstance, you have one piece of drywall all level, then you can put it right underneath. It levels it perfectly to the drywall.
The balancing act, as you can see, didn't work. Turns out, though, I did an oopsie. I didn't tighten this screw all the way. So I think it was causing the whole bracket to wobble. Huh. All because of one screw.